The DJI Osmo Pocket 3 has been out for a while now. We all know what a fun little camera this can be. I use it all the time, and today I'm going to show you exactly how I use it, why I use it, and how you can get the most out of this camera. My name is Cree, and on this channel, I talk about tech with context. If you're interested in learning how I use tech in my everyday video production workflows, consider subscribing. So I bought the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 a handful of months ago, and this is the first Pocket that I've owned, and I am so impressed. I use this for so many different uses, which I'm going to get into those details with you today, but this camera can do so much. It has pretty good image quality straight out of camera. You can shoot and log, you can live stream with it, you can use it as a webcam, you can use auto face detect, and oftentimes as a video shooter, I'm out on projects or I'm here in the studio and I'm shooting things by myself. And I'll tell you what, this camera has become such an integral part of my workflow, and I can't wait to show you how I use this every day. This is the mounting gear that I typically use if I am incorporating the Osmo Pocket 3 into any of my video shoots, and it all starts with these little pieces right here. If you haven't adopted a mounting system yet, I highly suggest doing so. I use these bottom plates. I have these on top of a lot of my tripods or stands, and then I'm just using this plate, this mount on the bottom of all my cameras, and then that way I can easily move cameras in any scenario or situation that I want quickly while I'm on a shoot. So in this case, I have placed that bottom mount on the top of the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 battery. I can just attach it to the bottom of the camera, and now I can move this mount wherever I want very quickly. So the first scenario where I use the Osmo Pocket 3 on shoots is to, one, capture the wide shot of any type of a shoot that I'm doing, and the other is to capture behind the scenes footage. So I just have this carbon fiber stand. This could be a light stand. This is such a lightweight camera that you really don't need to have anything too robust here. I have that base plate here, and all I do is set the camera up in a corner. And now when I turn this camera on, I can shoot in landscape, I can shoot in vertical. I can, again, just set up a static shot in the corner of a room, or I can even turn on auto face detect. So that is a lot of fun to turn on auto face detect while I'm shooting. I can set it to my face or even a client's face, and the gimbal, the camera's going to follow me around while I'm moving around in the scene. So using this as a behind the scenes option, and also to capture that wide shot if you're looking for that, this is a great way to do that. This next scenario I'm going to share with you will require that you have some sort of a cage on your camera. What I ultimately want to be able to do is mount the Osmo Pocket 3 on top or on the side of the camera. The next couple of options I'm going to share with you have to do with mounting the Osmo Pocket 3 directly to your camera. Now, I use this method in a lot of scenarios where I'm in a run and gun situation, if I'm filming an event, if I want a second angle, or if I'm capturing footage for social media posts or anything like that, then these are two ways that I mount the camera directly to my main camera so that I have everything right in front of me. I can see everything. I have the record buttons. I can monitor everything, and I use these two methods quite often. So in this first scenario, I'm going to be utilizing a NATO rail that I have installed on the top of this particular camera. NATO rails come in all different sizes. This is a nice small size one. I use these all the time. All you have to do is mount them onto your cage. I have a NATO rail mounted onto the top of the FX3 right now. And then I use this mount. I use this for monitors if I want to mount a monitor on top of my camera. Notice that Valcam base plate is on here. So I'm going to take this mount and I'm just going to slide it onto this nano rail. So easy. I'll lock it in place. And remember, I have my camera set up in the corner, capturing behind the scenes footage. All I have to do, this is because I have that mounting system, I can just take this camera And now it's mounted to the top of this camera. Now, I do have a long lens on here, and I realize that the Osmo Pocket 3 is very high in the sky, but this gives you a pretty fun vantage point to work from. Because your camera is on a gimbal, you can also point it in any direction that you like. If you're moving around, again, it's on a gimbal, so it's going to give you a nice steady shot. But if you're looking for a high angle perspective, to capture B-roll, you can do this. So the other thing that is really nice about this mount is I can just tilt it down, and now I am in flashlight mode. So the nice thing about flashlight mode is the camera's just going to automatically face forward. You can shoot in vertical orientation, or you can also switch it very easily and shoot in landscape. So shooting this way gives you a nice low profile, and even though I am shooting on a long lens, you can see that the camera is way out in front of the lens. Now, if you're shooting with a shorter lens, it might, go into the view of your lens, but all you have to do is just tilt the camera wherever you want to have it. And you can point the camera wherever you want. And again, it's on a gimbal, so it's going to be a nice stable image for you. And this is one way that I create and capture B-roll or any type of social media footage. The other way that I mount the Osmo Pocket 3 to my camera is I'll use the side part of the cage here. And in order to attach the Osmo Pocket 3, I'm using this friction mount by Condor Blue. So this friction arm by Condor Blue is like my favorite little friction arm. It has the two male connectors, and again, I'm going to use a base plate in this case so that I can easily transfer the Osmo Pocket 3 from wherever it's located to one end of this mount. And the other mount I'm going to take and just attach to the side of the camera. You can see that the mount is on the camera. And the reason why I like to mount this to the side is because I can use this camera as a B-roll camera. If I'm doing an interview and I want to get that side angle, or even if I am capturing footage for social media, all I have to do is attach this camera over here. And this friction arm is going to allow me to position this camera wherever I want. I can even put it out as far as I want to the side. I can have it up here, wherever I want to position the Osmo Pocket 3. Again, it's going to give me that nice side angle so that I can use this camera as a B-roll camera, if it makes sense. So as you can see, I'm using this camera all the time. It's small in size. It gives a pretty great image. You can shoot in log, you can shoot in 4K, vertical, landscape, orientation. It's very easy to switch between the two. I don't have to worry about stabilization. And the key is the files. So the file sizes aren't so unmanageable that once I get back to the studio after a shoot, all I have to do is take the SD card out, pop them into my computer, and this footage is just so easy to edit. It takes a little longer to edit any footage out of the FX3. And if I want to use vertical footage out of the FX3, well, there are some additional steps that go into my workflow for turning landscape footage into vertical footage. So that's why I love using this camera so much. It's so easy to use, easy to take along, and that's how I'm using it. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other uses for the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Before you head out, don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you like this video. Be sure to subscribe. And thanks as always for tuning in. I'll see you again in next week's video.